You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart. You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of
love. The face of love.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
heart. You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of God.
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
ruh e khudayi.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the face of You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my heart.
You in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face
You
of
are
love.
the face of love.
You are the face of
You
love.
are the face of love.
I hold you in my
Hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my
Hold you
heart.
in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of God.
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are the
God.
face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
روح خدایی.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the
Good morning, and welcome to Spiritual Life Center, a church that love is building.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
We come together knowing that the creative power of the universe is in us and around us and among us, here and now, and is the spirit of life that allows us to think largely, generously, abundantly, and freely. And we do, loving Spirit of truth, embrace you, align ourselves with you, and place our mind at oneness with your universal mind so that we are unrestricted, open, and receptive to your magnificence flowing into every area of our lives. And we are eternally grateful that your presence is with us, not only here and now, but forever and always, through the Christ that lives within each one of us. And so it is. Amen.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. When I feel afraid, think I've lost my way, still you're there right beside me. And nothing will I fear as long as you are near. Please be near me to the end. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And I will not forget your love for me, and yet my heart forever is wandering. And Jesus, be my guide and hold me to your side, and I will love you to the end. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path, and a light unto my path. You're the light unto my path.
We have come together at the sacred time to pray with each other and to feel the love of God within us. This precious love is our strength, our peace, our help in every need. To become even more aware of this love, let us join in holding this prayer thought in our hearts. Through your great compassion, my God, creator of all of life, new energy, understanding, and peace rise up within me to bless and heal me. Through your great compassion, my God, creator of all of life, new energy, understanding, and peace rise up within me to bless and heal me. And I come to you, God, with a deep sense of gratitude, knowing that you are the creator of all of life, and that you provide for me and for my loved ones. I consciously let go of any thought or feeling that might interrupt this special time. I think only of God. I feel only God's love. As I think about you, God, my heart is peaceful and my thoughts are calm. My whole being is filled with the joyful awareness that I am divinely loved. A deep sense of peace wells up within me, a peace that touches my heart, my life, my very soul. I'm open to you, my beloved Creator. I am open to you as I wait in the silence. In the silence. As I think about you, I open my mind and heart to your guidance. I feel your illuminating power working within me. I sense your light gently guiding me, filling me with ideas that lead to freedom, peace, and joy. You make my way clear. Help me to see which path I should take, and give me confidence that I am doing what is right. As I think about your love, dear God, I feel this surge of energy, this love so powerful, so strong, so active within me. It strengthens and sustains and energizes me. Your love, God, is a healing love. I feel this healing love moving in and through me in every atom, every cell, every organ that has been created by you to work in harmony. I trust that your divine harmony is working in every area of my life. God, I experience your presence in every needed way wherever I go, whatever I do. I know you are with me and that I can always turn to you. And so we return our attention to the activities of our day. And let us do so with a renewed sense of peace and understanding. To help us stay centered in God's love, let us breathe in deeply of the breath of life and say, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you. Amen. And now let us join together as we sing and pray the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
That somewhere in the darkest night a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe, I believe. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know I believe. Then I know I believe. Then I know I believe.
Greetings, everybody. It's Martha Creek. Glad to be here with you. Well, this is maybe opening Pandora's box. We'll see. All I know, if you listen to the last week's message or 2 weeks ago message that I put in, it's like it's time to walk into this cave of fear for me. So this is one of those caves, and one that I've been working at a year, and sometimes it looked like tippy-toeing in or small steps in, but I've gone in. And I'm using a book now called Cracking the Healer's Code. Cracking the Healer's Code. And it's a prescription for healing and finding wholeness. And I'm so inspired by it and the work. It gives a history about how some of this started. That's way back in the 1600s. And I'm approaching it as this author is, apparently, which really inspires me to look at the contribution I can make to healing anything in the planet, anything in the global community, anything in our beloved human race community, is to heal myself and to look at my own beliefs, belief systems, paradigms, and that. So that's the approach. And I'll be guiding conversation through this, facilitating conversation through this through August. So 5 Tuesday nights in August. That's August of 2022. Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock Eastern time for 1 hour. And the author will join me on one of those weeks to bring in perspectives too about this. So begin to think about what it is in your life that you cannot or have not fully accepted yet. And it's that I'm not asking you to accept it, that I'm asking myself, what have I not accepted? Because until I do, I cannot live free or liberated. So I have very specific goals about this, to understand our differences, for example, and to make whatever place that I've made so different or very different, to look to see how I'm not so different. To look for common ground, common thinking, common ways of life, even common hurts. One of the quotes in the book is, this is from Roger Ebert: your intellect may be confused. Your emotions will never lie to you. Now, I look at these quotes, and I've been doing this for years to try to find and study with enlightened masters. And the truth is, I don't believe that, for example. My emotions lie to me. So for example, if I get triggered about something, if somebody didn't include me, didn't invite me, or what I judged to be disrespected me or was rude or something, my emotions of sadness, despair, even offense, how dare you, are not informed emotions. Those are emotions that are effects of me judging a situation, of me interpreting somebody else's actions, of me interpreting somebody else's tone of voice, of my giving meaning to them not including me, to my giving meaning to the way they treated me. So my emotions do lie. And so it's like, this is a chance for me to look to see, what do I actually believe, not trying to adhere to what somebody else believes. Now, this has been very important work for me and my family of origin, because they have beliefs and belief systems for many generations, 7 generations, the sins of the father, the sins of the family, ever how you want to say it, passed down, which doesn't mean that it was wrong for them, but it's like, it's time for me, I'm not a child, for me to question what I actually believe and to get truer and more aligned with my own convictions, instead of the convictions and the belief systems that's been handed down, even in my bones and blood and through the generations, that's actually not true for me. And other simple examples of this can be that in my family, they didn't value education. My dad stopped at 5th grade. My mom stopped at 8th grade. And my brothers, even though in a modern time, I say a few years ago, it's about 40 now, 45, that they stopped as soon as they could legally, which was at age 16. I, however, wanted education. I loved studying. I loved reading. I still do. And I went on to finish, and I went on to college, even though no one in the family had. And they thought I was crazy for doing it. Like, why bother? It's such a waste of time. But it was true for me. I didn't know what college would bring me. I didn't know what I would get by going to college, but I wanted to go to college. I wanted to have those educational pieces. And I'm still in it. I'm still enrolled in something till this day, that many years later. I stay engaged. I stay enrolled. I'm a student. I'm still learning. Now, the bigger work for me then is not to judge them and make them wrong, because it's not their value. Like, they get to have them. They get to do them. I get to do me. But I will never be free to do me if I'm trying to be a them, or judging and hating and shaming and guilting and on some righteous high horse about how they are. And that frees me then to say this can be applied to anything else in our life, our attitudes about childbearing or anything else that's plenty up currently. And I particularly knew as a small child that I'm not going to have children. Under no way, no how was that for me to do. Now, this defied the societal standard, the familial standard, the cultural standard, everything. Like, I didn't know of a soul, not one single soul, besides old maids. Back then is what our family called it. And just as a little antidote here, my name, Martha Lee, was named by the 2 old maids in our family. That's another talk, Martha and Lee. And other than that, people got married and had kids, and they did it quickly at a young age. Even my closest friends in my school, growing up in school, we were the 5 Musketeers, and they were all married at age 16. And I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So I put it off. And with a lot of pressure, internal and external, and then eventually got married at age 18, although I never wanted to. So it was like an abandonment of my soul. And I remember the day vividly. And I don't remember a thing about what you're supposed to remember about your wedding day, like what dress you had. I don't even know that I had a dress. I don't know what I was wearing, but I know how sick I was and that I was vomiting over and over and over throughout the day and trying to make myself do something that was absolutely an abandonment of my soul. So whatever these belief systems are, it can be about, then certainly about race and racism and other things. So this is a time for a study, I hope, and an exploration of what we actually believe, not what we just claim to believe, or what we actually believe, not what we tout and platitude that we believe and affirm that we believe, but what do we actually believe? So I believe with some history comes understanding. And with history, then we can look at the past to understand it. It's going to inform my present. And it's either like heal the past or my thoughts about the past so that I can vision and create a future that's not just a repeat of the past. And I have responsibility in that I take really to heart. And to continue to debunk the myths, whatever the myths are, to bring them into the light. It also then I'm motivated and will set objectives and hold these objectives in our study together to understand what this conditioned way of being has caused the hurts, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and to use this healer's code, cracking the healer's code, to use a healer's code to understand where I am, where my family is, where it could be my organization, my company, and certainly my community, and to gently remember and courageously remember that I have absorbed this conditioning, whether I wanted to or not. I've absorbed it. And that I also have the power, innate inherent power in me to squeeze that out of me, to squeeze my sponging up that I've done out, and to become more of a funnel for this. Now, that image and that approach was one of my breakthroughs through coaching, and a coach years ago that told me that I cannot be effective as long as I continue to sponge this up. The more I absorb other people's emotions, the more I absorb their thinking or their ways of being in life, the more I absorb their pain or their demands or anything else, I'm ineffective. So then as a leader, it's critical then that I become more of a funnel instead of a sponge. And now I know that it wasn't just leader development, but it's my soul expansion, my soul's freedom to live more as a funnel instead of a sponge. And as you would imagine, probably now that you know a little bit about me, that I put these on my desk, a sponge and a funnel. I kept them in the house, even on the counter a while, for me to understand the value of this. So if you think about a sponge, when it gets full, it's absolutely useless. All it does is push water around on the counter. It'll eventually stink and mold too. So it's important then to keep that thing wrung out and squeezed out and washed and purified, if you will. This moves me toward then understanding that not only that I need healing, but the human community, all of humanity is also in for some healing, and to be compassionate in all situations. That people don't know what they don't know. And just like me, they're learning too and unfolding. And to know that compassion, that I don't yet know what compassion is, for example. And I've told the story about that many times, that when I was sitting with my dad in his last few months, that I was pretty sure I would have given myself an 8 on the compassion scale of 10. And I never really looked to see that, I don't know what compassion is either. I don't know what a compassionate response to my father would be. I know what compassion is in my own limited world. And I was worried about him dehydrating, and his lungs would collapse and things like that. So they encouraged him to, of course, drink water, stay hydrated, and get up and move around some. And I would ask him, will you drink some water? Drink some water, drink some water. Nah, I don't want any water. I'm not thirsty. Here, just drink this much. Here, I've made it cold just for you. Here, drink just this much. And I absolutely believed that was compassion. And then one day I questioned, is this compassionate? And I realized it wasn't. Like, I don't know what is compassion for him. So I stopped harassing him about drinking water. And then out of the blue, he said, hey, I'm kind of thirsty. Is there any water in that jug over there? Like, oh my gosh, who knew he could detect thirst? So which compassionate Martha had you rather have at your sick bed or dying bed? So to be more patient, and for me, it includes also not being silent, to ask questions, clarifying questions, to admit that I don't know, and to learn, and to continue my very, very best efforts, wholehearted devotional efforts to make a difference here, and knowing to the degree I make a difference here, that I've made a difference everywhere, whether I ever see it or not. So like the adage of, I may never get to sit under the shade of the trees I plant. Nevertheless, I'll plant. And sometimes all I can do is plant a seed. That's a plenty. And this means then I've got to do something. And this inspires me to think about this Anton conference that's coming up, which is at the end, last week in September 2022, September 26 to 30 at the Unity Village grounds. And that's the theme of it, a convergence, which is love, learn, decide, do. And that's really the outline and the objectives of this course for me: to love, to learn, decide, and do. So that's what I'll be holding as our objectives, mine and some for you, if that aligns with you as we go through this through August. You're the only person that can change you, your beliefs, and the effects of the belief you have on you. And remember, as we know in New Thought and Unity and most religions, faith traditions, that we are whole. You are whole. I am whole. You are enough as you are, just as you are. I am enough. And it's a remembering of, I know who I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve. I invite you to say these words as we close. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know whose I am. I know how I serve. I bow to you. I uplift you. If there's any way I can serve you directly, get me word. MarthaCreek.com.
Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow Spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow Spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow Spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow Spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax
energy flows through me now. Harmony, balance, vitality, that glorious wisdom that creates and sustains health is mine. I live in divine well-being now and always.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body, and I am well. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does.
Thank you, Karen Drucker, for your beautiful music. And thank you, Nancy Ingalls, for your wonderful singing. Reverend Martha, we are grateful to you for another powerful message this morning. We are pleased that each of you could join us for this morning's service, and we invite you now to join in our prayer of sharing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we would be so grateful if you would support Spiritual Life Center with a donation to this ministry. There are 4 ways that you can do so. The first is online through our secure website, www.slctroy.com/give. The second way, mail a check to Spiritual Life Center, 41340 Fox Run Road, number 106, Novi, Michigan, 48377. Third, you can call my cell 248-925-6214 with credit card information for a one-time charge. A fourth way is to go into our weekly Friday email that you received 2 days ago. And in there, you'll see in 3 different places, donate online or donate weekly or donate now. And you may make your contribution quite easily in this way. We do welcome anyone who is joining us for one of your first times, and we invite you to join our email list by visiting our website, www.slctroy.com. And in the upper right corner, you'll see Join Email List. If you just insert your name and email address, we will see that you received the Friday email that contains the link to the upcoming Sunday service, as well as the link to any upcoming classes. Prayer requests may be sent to ronaldfscott@gmail.com, or you can send them to my cell. And we forward these on to our prayer team of more than 30 powerful prayers who are in support of you and your loved ones. You would be amazed at the incredible outcomes that we hear of regularly. And we also send these on to Silent Unity, where they are prayed over for 30 days. If you would like to contact Silent Unity on your own, you are welcome to do so and to pray directly with one of their prayer chaplains at Unity Village. Their number is 1-800-NOW-PRAY. Next Sunday, I will review the 5 basic principles, the fundamentals of Unity teachings, which is something vital for us all to review and reconsider from time to time as we seek ways to make our spiritual path even more impactful in our lives. A week ago, about 50 of us came together for a wonderful picnic at the lakeside home of Denise and Lyle Tyler. We are so grateful to them for that wonderful experience we all had. We invite you to circle the date of September 24th, the last Saturday of September, when we will have another picnic, this one at the Firefighters Park in Troy, where we have held picnics in the past, and details will be forthcoming in an email sent to you within the next few weeks. If you know of friends or family in need of a healing of some sort, and who of us does not, during the next few weeks, you'll want to make them aware of a 5-week class that Reverend Martha will be conducting on the Tuesdays in August. It promises to be an amazing opportunity for pursuing wellness. And links will be in the Friday emails preceding the class. Know that you don't have to watch it just on that Tuesday evening, though you can watch it later on YouTube. We'll have the link available for you. We want you to know that Rich Pearson has become the president of the board of trustees of Spiritual Life Center. And Sherry Zamitis has joined the board and is our vice president. We are so grateful to them both for their service and for providing ongoing support and leadership in the church virtually from its beginning. Immediately following the end of today's service, everyone is invited to join us on Zoom for a time of social connection. The link is in your Friday email. But first, let's join together in our peace song and benediction. God bless.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now as you go forth, know that the light of God surrounds you, the love of God enfolds you.
The Lord bless thee and keep thee.
The power of God protects you.
The Lord make his face to shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee.
The presence of God watches over you.
The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee, and grant thee peace.
Wherever you are, God is.
Amen. Amen.
Go your way rejoicing. All is truly well.